So, welcome to another video here at Back to Classics. And today we're going to discuss a quite modern Ducati for once. A Ducati Hypermotard 1100S 2008. Right, so there is this series of motorcycle competition, Supermoto or Supermotard in France, and that involves taking a dirt bike and converting it so it can also be used on tarmac, because that racing series, it has multiple surfaces, races on tarmac and on dirt, often on the same track. And that spun a whole series of motorcycles specifically aimed to compete in that category of motorsports. And these, of course, were referred to as Supermotard. That was back in the 1990s, and Ducati saw an opportunity to get a bike into that category by the early 2000s. And by 2005, it was first introduced at the EICMA motorcycle fair in Milan, designed by a famous motorcycle designer and at that time employee of Ducati, Pierre Terblanche, of South African origin. We also discussed his famous MH900 Evoluzione in another video, we can link that up. But he also designed the newly introduced motorcycle into that Supermotard range, and that became the Hypermotard, first in 1100 form as we see here. That bike was first introduced in 2007. This example here is from 2008. Now, it is a rather remarkable bike, that Hypermotard, that Ducati introduced back in 2007. Because it took the basic concepts of that Supermotard, but combining it with street fighter elements, and of course giving it the 1100cc engine that was known from other motorcycles, other types of Ducati at the time, which is a very powerful, very torquey engine. The way it was all set up as very, very aggressive, and this became sort of an icon, so to speak, of a bike that was truly out there, truly bonkers, and the best way to lose your license back in the early 2000s. And in that sense, may have been the last of that sort of bikes, because this is also from the era that Ducati was still able to get that power output from this engine without any sort of electronical driving aid. Absolutely nothing. There's no ABS, no traction control, there's no riding drive-by-wire. It's just an analog and old-style motorcycle, but all set up in a way that is very, very aggressive and therefore very, very much fun. So, it's the basis for this bike is, of course, this 1100cc dual spark engine, a further development of the earlier 1000 dual spark. An absolute gem of an engine, and one can argue perhaps one of the best two-valve air-cooled engines ever being built by Ducati, ever being built anywhere in the world, you could argue. Wonderful engine with a high power output, and more importantly, a very, very high torque output that is with a torque curve that is nearly flat. So absolutely a dream of an engine. That was fitted to a trellis frame, which was, of course, the signature Ducati style frame that you find here, with a mono swing arm, so only one-sided swing arm, all packed up very, very nicely. It's a beautiful setup, of course, and that was the basis for this Hypermotard, I must say. Specific for the Hypermotard was, of course, this Supermotard style of bodywork, with a seat and a riding position very, very much forward in order for you to be as close to the handlebars as possible for ultimate control. And a series of covers, actually, because the actual fuel tank is underneath the seat here. It runs all the way to here, which is a plastic fuel tank, and this is just a cover, but beautifully designed in my opinion, and very, very nice, with a sort of a tail here to get the body color back at that point. And of course the exhausts that running in true Ducati style of the late 1990s and early 2000s, with the two Terminioni exhaust mufflers underneath the seat. So in all, a beautiful and quite remarkable design for a Supermotard. I think one of the most, well, sleek designs out there in terms of a Supermotard type of motorcycle. Wheels were these beautifully made Marchesini forged wheels, ultra light, specific for the 1100S. This is an S model, so the slightly more expensive model from back in the day, which got a few upgrades, among which are these wheels. And for this occasion we fitted them with a nice pair of Dunlop Sportsmart TT tires for extra grip and being able to do extra stupid stuff on a hypermotard to endanger your driving license. Going further, also specific for the S is this monoshock by Öhlins. I believe the original, the 1100 standard model received one from Sachs, but this is one from Öhlins, fully adjustable. So that's very nice. And like I said, this is an optional exhaust. The Termignonis are the optional racing exhaust. These are fitted to this bike. Standard were a lot quieter exhausts, of course, to get it road legal, but these are, of course, very nice to have. Brakes are these ridiculous Brembo radial mounted calipers with a radial master cylinder as well. You'll be amazed with the stopping power that this bike has. Perhaps needed as well, because it is highly powerful as well, of course. And then also specific for the S was a number of parts that were made in carbon fiber, like these covers, the belt covers, the front mudguard, and these pieces here. And that was later also added with an extra piece of carbon fiber fuel tank cover that was later fitted. But the rest of the bike is quite standard. Apart from these are originally in painted silver, and these were painted black back in the day when the bike was newly delivered already. So that's about what we can tell of this particular 1100S. Also specific for the 1100S was this Marzocchi front fork with a special coating, and it is fully adjustable, so a very nice additional upgrade part on the 1100S. And then quite remarkable for this bike, being built in 2008, is the mileage, which is currently at, wait for it, 4,876 kilometers. That's it. It was hardly ever used, and yeah, for that reason alone, quite remarkable. So let's get underway. Oh, this thing is fast. Oh my God, this thing is so unbelievably fast. You have to remember this torque of about 105 Newton meters, I believe it is, but the shape of the curve is what makes it remarkable. It is nearly flat. There is torque from every aspect of this engine. Everywhere in the rev range, it is on. I mean, we're doing right now, what is it, 2,500 RPM? And it takes off, opening the throttle. All the way through, what is it, 8,000, 9,000 RPM? Yeah, it's an absolute jewel of an engine, this is. And in my opinion, the best of the two-valve air-cooled engines that were ever made. Beautifully done. And then in combination, of course, with this control you have, the brakes, yes, it all accounts for a absolute bonkers bike, giving you an experience you will find no place else. Absolutely no place else. It's in a league of its own. And that's what I truly love about this Hypermotard. Great bike to enjoy on this lovely day here in spring. One of the first days with a bit of sunshine here. If only there was a little bit less traffic, you could really enjoy it. I guess it only speaks to the Hypermotard. It is so unbelievably good that you're easily much, much faster than anything else on the road. Oh, and these brakes! Unbelievable. Well, that's a lot of fun. This is a true maniac of a bike. A hooligan, so to speak. Like I said, the last of the Mohicans without any electronic controls, and that you'll notice when you're underway with this torquey engine and that sitting position that gives you all the control with this huge handlebar, but nothing in the way of riding aids whatsoever. No drive-by-wire, no torque settings, no ABS even. So it is a hardcore experience, and hardcore it truly is. I think up to about 140 kilometers an hour, nothing beats this in terms of speed, outright speed. The way it turns, the way it goes around roundabouts, it is absolutely, like I said, a maniac of a bike. Now up to 140, above that, you'll have a hard time hanging on to these handlebars because you're very high from the ground, straight up. So you're in fact like a flag on a flag post. So not very comfortable, to say the least, above 140. But up to that speed, I think this is the fastest bike you will ever find, you'll ever ride, in fact. So, like I said, a true hooligan of a bike and one of the last truly analog bikes that was built by Ducati, not only by Ducati, outright in the industry before it turned into electronic driving aids and all that sort of things, keeping away from the experience. So, should you be interested in owning this great idiot bonkers bike, this is your chance because this is actually for sale. It's on our website. We'll link it up in the description below. So if you do like this video, please let us know in the comments. Better still, like and subscribe to our channel because that'll help us a lot. We thank you very much for watching. Toodle-dokie, see you next time.